Seth Rollins' flavoured plans have gone all up the Swanee. The Vision broke up on Raw on Monday night as a result of what seems to be a legitimate injury to Seth Rollins. Got some updates on that for you on the news right now. First of all, we didn't talk about it. What did you make of the turn?
Loved it. I genuinely didn't see it coming. Obviously, during Crown Jewel in the match between Seth and Cody, there were points within it where Seth was sort of not using his arm or holding it. And people in the chat, and we were like, oh, is he actually really hurt? And then after the match, when he was celebrating, he seemed to be moving it about all right and things like that, and thought, okay, maybe it was storytelling within the match. And then everything happened on Monday, and by God, I thought we were just planting the seeds. I thought we were planting the seeds. Give him a little bit of water, just a bit of water. And then no, that bloody sunflower called Bron Breakker shot straight up into that sky and speared Seth Rollins out of his big Del Boy coat.
You could say, he bloody bam.
He bloody bam.
He did a bloody bam.
Bloody bam.
Big bloody bam from Bron of the Brons.
Bloody loved it.
Obviously, this is so close to what happened with Seth Rollins over the summer, where he feigned a knee injury and caught us all off guard. So, obviously, we are somewhat skeptical of the boy that cried, This was some evidence today that suggests that this is actually a legitimate injury. Numerous reports from numerous outlets say that this is a legitimate injury. Fightful, The Observer, et al. But also, WWE's plans for their shows in Japan seem to have gone through a loop as a result of this as well.
Yeah, so WWE will head to Tokyo, Japan this week, but Seth Rollins won't be making the trip. So the original main event plans for the Super Show in Ryogoku was supposed to be Rollins versus CM Punk for the world title, then followed by a tag team main event with The Vision versus CM Punk, Jey Uso and Shinsuke Nakamura the next night. However, the main event is now Punk challenging Dom Mysterio for the IC Championship on night 1, and then teaming with Nakamura to face the Bron Brons on night 2 in just a regular tag team match.
So, I mean, if this was a fake injury, then, well, obviously they wouldn't have had him team with the Vision after what happened anyway.
Yes, yeah.
But if it was a fake injury, you'd think you'd still have him go over and defend the world title in an agreed-upon match in Japan. So it suggests that he's not in a condition to do so. PW Insider also reporting that behind the scenes in WWE, some are skeptical still, opting for a wait-and-see approach to this situation. Because it was only a few months ago that fake knee injury en route to SummerSlam really affected the company morale, PW Insider says. So people are a little bit dubious as to what happens from here and whether this is really the case. Others have told PW Insider they believe this is a legit injury because WWE wouldn't have ended the Vision as quickly as they have and wouldn't throw away matches with CM Punk and Roman Reigns in a heartbeat like that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that felt like where we were heading towards next. Obviously, CM Punk recently winning the #1 contenders match on Raw to go up against the World Heavyweight Champion. Remains to be seen how that'll all go down in the coming weeks. But yeah, with storylines already set in there, with everything that happened at WrestleMania 41 in the Triple Threat match as well, yeah, you would think the plenty on the table for Seth Rollins to be doing.
And to that end, the Wrestling Observer reporting that the plan for WrestleMania 42 was set to be Seth Rollins with the Vision versus Roman Reigns one-on-one, because they've never had a match before, ever. And hey, they were in a faction together.
No.
Yeah.
The Mean Street Posse.
They were in the Mean Street Posse.
I knew it.
Those sweater vests are making a comeback, baby. So that looks like that plan is done. And again, like, why would you have him booted out of the Vision and baby-faced in this manner if you're going to throw away that lucrative match with Rollins and Reigns? Now, there is a silver lining to this that many people are seeing backstage, according to PW Insider, because, of course, the main people that stand to benefit from an unfortunate injury to Seth Rollins is the Bron Brons. That moment at the end of Raw, I have to say, and I said this to Ross yesterday, Bron Breakker holding up the world title.
It looks right.
I didn't hate it.
It looks very, very right. And you know, and obviously, you know, there's talk and whatnot online as well, and I think we've talked amongst ourselves about it too. Like, does it feel too soon? But then at the same time, for someone like Bron Breakker, who has just, ever since he came into NXT, leaps and bounds, just looks phenomenal, always has great matches too. It feels like he's sort of he's ready to go, I feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to quote Republica, baby, I'm ready to go. I think he is. And as somebody put on Twitter, and I thought this was true, he's really fun to watch.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
He's got like a charisma about him. He's got Paul Heyman and some muscle with him as well. He's got a perfect reason to step up into that position now in a at a time where all of a sudden WWE are missing a main headline heel. He's fresh.
That's it.
It's new. He's great to watch work. I could see him in there with everybody, and it won't look like it's a mismatch.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's not flim flam. I wouldn't even, like, if you could do it, I think I said this yesterday, if you could do it, have it so Seth Rollins comes out on Raw next week, and let's just hot shot the belt to Bron.
Wow, just like straight, it would just squash.
Yeah, I don't want a tournament. I don't mind a tournament normally, but like I don't want to mince on a tournament until September.
That really gives him a good rub as well, doesn't it? That really gives him solidifies him straight then, squashes the world heavyweight champion, becomes world heavyweight champion. And it's something too within this sort of era of wrestling as well and there's nothing wrong with it, because I love it sometimes, the long drawn out storylines where we have a slow burn on something and it just builds and builds and builds, and honestly, when they do it right, it's so perfect. But then sometimes I like them let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
If something's not working, which the Vision has had its ups and downs, it never felt like the Brons themselves. I like that tag team, but as a whole, there was something just not gelling with me on TV too much. So why not just if it's not working too well, let's just fast track it and get it done.
Move it along. That's it. Scott Steiner went to Twitter and shared some analytics of his nephew Bron Breakker's turn on Raw. What did he say?
Do we do it in a voice or not?
I think do it however your heart desires.
I don't know if I can do a...
however your heart desires.
So let me break it down, you dummies! You don't understand what happened. I can't do that the whole time. People will get so mad. You take Seth Rollins, the so-called visionary, and you put him in a ring with Bron Breakker, a genetic freak. But what Seth Rollins didn't calculate was the betrayal quotient. Now let's do the math. Oh, let's do it. Get your calculators out, everybody. Seth thought he had a 100% chance of survival with Bron's at his side. But what he didn't know is that Bron's got 66 2/3% loyalty when you factor in family bloodlines, and the other 33 1/3% chance is pure rage. And now Seth's sitting there asking, why? Let me tell you. Yeah. Because Bron Breakker's not here to play backup. He's here to take over. And the dog-faced destroyer, and now the leash is off. So Seth, you took your eye off the math, and you had a 141 2/3% chance of getting betrayed. And now you're just another statistic in the Steiner math equation of pain. Sacrifice. He didn't say sacrifice at the end, but sacrifice.
The Mercury Awards are taking place in Newcastle tonight. Whilst that isn't technically music, it was music to my ears, and I think it should win.
Thank you. Music degree right here. Music degree right here.
There you go. That's it. You've got a music degree, of course, and you were in a bloody band.
Oh, yes. A
bloody band. So, all that aside, when could we see Seth Rollins next? If this injury is looking completely legit, well, PW Insider reports there are some within WWE who believe Seth Rollins is heading for shoulder or rotator cuff surgery. Today in WWE HQ, there was word spreading of a potential surgery. Nothing's been officially announced by anyone in the company, nor has there been any acknowledgement of what it means for the World Heavyweight title. Now, rotator cuff surgery is probably the worst of all the outcomes that we could see, because it could see Seth Rollins out for a long time. The NHS website says that recovery and rehabilitation time for rotator cuff surgery is 6 months for a return to a non-contact sport, and 9 months to a year for contact sports. So the worst case scenario would be Seth Rollins getting rotator cuff surgery, because even though wrestlers are, machines,
yes,
aren't they? And their recovery time is far greater than us mere mortals. In order for a full and healthy recovery, it might be the case that we don't see Seth Rollins until next summer.
Wow.
Now, there is a possibility that if it's a shoulder injury, that is something that could be fixed a little easier, and we could see him back by December.
Now, that would be lovely to see him back by December, and it sucks that maybe he could potentially be out until around SummerSlam next year. If it gives Bron Breakker, and if he does win the world title, if it gives him a good enough amount of time to really solidify himself and have a wonderful reign as world champion. I think that will really help Bron. And then when Seth comes back, imagine the pop for Seth as well.
Yeah.
At that point. But I mean, obviously, that comes at the detriment of him being injured, which sucks. That does suck very much so.
I think that's the big thing that we take away from it is we send nothing but our best wishes to Seth Rollins. So the timing again for Seth, somebody who's had these issues in the past, where just as he seems to get the motor running, an injury comes his way. We nearly didn't get him to WrestleMania 40.
Yes, yeah,
and we had, previous world title reigns have been blighted by it. His Universal title reign that saw him forced to the sidelines as well. Like it's been a thing throughout the years with Seth, and we wish him all the best. Wrestling will not be as fashionable without you around, unfortunately. For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye. Small Joe.